Hi guys, today we will be make a homemade lawn mower from scrap materials. This will be the third modification. I used the second version as a template. Mark locations for the mounting screws and the motor shaft. The hole for the shaft is larger than 10 mm, so it is better to use a hole saw for wood or a spade drill bit. The diameter of the mounting holes is 4 mm. With the help of a drill, expand the hole to the desired size. The review of the engraver is on the channel, tip at the top right. The engine and platform mounting holes must match. When we are convinced of this, proceed to the next step. You need to make a groove for the nuts. The size of the K8 and dipping going to do about 8.5 mm, so the nuts will be safer to sit in the base and will not be scrolled. That's what we've got. I made the recess about half the thickness of the plywood. And now deepen the nuts. The length of the screws for fixing the motor should be such that they do not protrude from the bottom. As for the characteristics of the engine, then nothing is known about them. There is no information about the motor. And now we move on to the installation of wheels. We do 2 holes for the bar and do countersink on the bottom side. Now fasten the screws. Then you will understand how it works. In the bar made a hole and inserted the wheel axis. The hole for the axis can be made in the middle, but I will make as close to the edge as possible to make the device more maneuverable. The higher the holes are located, the lower the planting and the less hair, grass on the lawn. Since the surface of the ground is not always flat, I tried to make the ground clearance as much as possible. After the center line, drill holes for 4 screws and countersink them. Exactly apply the item to the base and just drill 4 holes. The main thing is that the hole for the axis is between the fasteners. To give a normal appearance and protection from humidity, I used yacht varnish. The manufacturer recommends applying 2 or 3 layers. How do you like the decor in the lower right corner? This is how the parts look after applying a single layer. Now we will make a full assembly of the product. First, we string all the necessary parts on the wheel axle and then fasten. By the way, these wheels are from an old baby carriage, very convenient to remove and string. Due to the fact that the parts are not drilled on the machine, that is, the error in the alignment of the holes. This is in our interests, as the axis should not move in the longitudinal direction. The second pair of wheels is installed in the same way. This is the cart we got. Now let's fasten the handle. Fasten the engine with 4 screws. Now make the motor protection from the grass. I'll make it out of 2 plastic bottles. We need such 2 billets. Using a construction stapler, fasten them to the base. On the other side, hand attached to a thin wooden reel with the same brackets. Then I thought here are 2 pieces of cardboard. It is better to make thin plywood and also varnish. We fasten also by means of a construction stapler. In addition, I fastened the plastic protection with each other using staples. That protection will not come loose during operation. I tied a rope and hooked over a nail. I made a fishing line reel out of laminate. I cut the disc, even almost round, with a hole saw and made several holes in it. 2 on the side, 2 at the angle and 2 closer to the center. On the shaft sleeve is worn, which rests on the bearing and rotates with it. Install the coil and tighten the nut. So far, this is the last version of the coil. I think it is the most successful. And this is how it was before. The line quickly broke, probably because of the inflection. The hole you need to do on the side. And now I will say a few words about the connection. A plug with the wire is inserted into the extension cord, then the wire goes to that outlet through the switch. And in this socket is another plug with a wire that comes from the engine. Now let's see how this crazy grass cutter machine works. Well, it works very well. That's how it was before and that's how it is now. It turns out a smooth herbal rug. This is what the trimmer looks like after the moving. And here's how. After a while the engine was smoke. Most likely this engine is not designed for such loads. I tried cleaning the contacts, but it didn't help. Maybe the windings burned. Maybe it was because of the grass. This is what it looks like without side protection. The platform must be made so that the wheels were as if drowned in it. That is, the base should cover the radius of rotation of the line. Thus, the fishing line went not through grass inside the device. I decided to capture the process of running on the action camera. Now, even after cooling, it starts to smoke after a few seconds of work. What do you think is the reason? Write in the comments. As a bonus, I propose to look at the second modification of the electric trimmer. Initially, I made a lawn mower on 2 wheels, but then still decided to add a couple of wheels. See from above smokes. In general, from the outside it looks like some kind of steam engine. This is all. Thank you for your attention. Good luck. Bye.